I'll be really quick, I promise. Oh gosh. All right, here we go. Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. Hope you're doing well. Want to talk today about XRP and price predictions that I think are going out of control. We're going to talk about those and how I looked at my XRP investment when I started in 2017 all the way through today, because I actually lost business partners over it because people drank the Kool-Aid and they aren't as rich as they could be. And we're going to use XRP as an example. This story comes out of news.az. It says XRP price prediction. XRP is set to break all-time highs in July with a question mark. Don't you love it how they do that? Ripple could see $27. So the author already doesn't know there's a difference between Ripple and XRP. Ripple being the company that maintains and develops XRP, XRP being the network and gas used to run the XRP ledger. It says here Ripple could see $27 this bull run according to the experts. Now I say kick rocks. Don't spill your coffee all over yourself. Because the truth is, XRP has turned into a cult following, and that's going to piss a lot of people off. But do me a favor, type XRP if you own it, and type XRP yes if you agree it's turned into a cult following. And part of that is because of what the SEC did. Actually, some could say what the SEC did to Ripple and XRP was probably the best thing that ever happened to it by locking it up, not allowing people to access it because a lot of exchanges locked it up, which I think should be criminal, and I think those places should be sued, quite frankly. But that's just me. But what it did is it caused people, investors, to be so angry and battle-hardened against the SEC, which I don't blame them for that. But what happens, it's almost like they're like diamond hands. And I've said before, diamond hands, that term was created by hedge funds to fool retail investors to hold their bag while they exit. It's a sad thing. Hey, I want to remind you that today is the very last day. You will never see the price of this course, or these two courses together, Crypto Trader Pro and Trader Pro 2.0, ever at this price, $149. Links down below. Last day ever if you want to take a look at it. If you want to learn how to trade cryptocurrencies, day trade, swing trades, or long-term cycle trading. All right. So here it is. Here's these price movements as this new news comes out. The crypto scene has just become a lot more fun, especially with Bitcoin rising to new highs and some of the best DeFi projects in 2025 hitching a ride along. You see, that's why I'm invested in things like XCN. One of the top altcoins receiving attention is Ripple, and the XRP price prediction is surging to fresh all-time highs as well. Ripple is on the back of a big jump in the past few days, and we have some insights as to why the XRP token is rising. Well, now I've never read this news story, okay? I read everything live to you guys. I've got enough background in investing in the last, almost 30 years to not have to pre-read, and I do everything live, unlike a lot of other YouTubers, which most YouTubers are fake. Just, I'm not joking. That's why I like to ride a tricycle and use cardboard for notes, because I want to do the complete opposite of people pretending that they've actually got money and telling you what you should do with it. I don't do that. I'm not a financial advisor. It says Ripple's on the back of a big jump in the past few days. And we have some insights, right? It says the XRP coin has been one altcoin to watch since the landmark New York ruling in 2023, blah, blah, blah. That victory marked the start of something huge on Ripple, right? I don't care about that. So the hype from last year has finally matched up with Ripple's evergreen use cases, and the result is a surge in the token price. Ripple is up 12.52% in the past 7 days, trading at $2.78. Now, you guys know the story, most of you do, and it pissed a handful of people off. I sold half of my XRP. Sold like 1 million XRP to go buy XCN at 0.009 cents, right? Right now, I don't know what XCN's at. It's what is it at? Is anyone here hold XCN? Type XCN and the price, if you guys remember. It's around 1016, right? And so it's up 60, 70% since I did that trade. At that point, when I told everybody I did it, XRP actually fell down into like the $1.70, $1.78 range. And now it's up to $2.70, which is great, right? But from the point where we sold XRP, or some of ours, and went into XCN, we're way up on the XCN. And this is something that blows me away that most people don't understand. And it's a reason that XRP is going to become very valuable in the future. And no YouTuber is ever going to tell you this. Nobody on social media, nobody even in the mainstream media is going to tell you about this, okay? This is the truth. Human beings cannot get past price. Okay, it's like when I sell a course, I sell for $200, where other people are selling the same course for $2,000 or $5,000. They'll buy their course, not mine, knowing that mine is better because I not only have background in the situation, I went and bought everybody else's course to make sure that mine is better, right? But they get fixed on price, and that's really screwy. It's like this car behind you, right? This car cost me, because I shopped around, I even taught a whole course on the darn thing. I shopped around, I paid the same for this as somebody would pay for a new Honda Accord, right? But when I pull up to something, everybody, they like it. I mean, it's nice. Porsches are nice, right? I like Porsches. I'm trading this one in for a GT3, but I won't do it until I make 10 times what the GT3 costs. You see, I spend way less than 10% of my life. I spend around 2 to 3%. Is I live a debt-free life. I use debt to make money in businesses, but I have a debt-free life, right? Well, going back to this price thing and courses and how this works, when they're talking about crypto, people look at Bitcoin and they go, oh, it's so valuable because it's worth so much. Okay, what I care about is the percentage of gain that I'm gonna make, as opposed to what how many coins I hold. And that's why people freak out. That's why I got into XCN, right? I go on a percentage basis. I believe, and this is not financial advice, okay? But just curious, it's top 11 if you agree. XCN on a percentage basis will blow XRP away in the next year during this bull run, because its market cap is smaller, because it has a lot of things tied to XRP, not legally and business-wise, but I know this sounds funny. No, I can't even do that part of the video right now. That's later. It's a psychological thing with investors. It's in a different phase, and it's part of a crypto pump that is going to be sucked into this altcoin season. And on a percentage basis, it's gonna crush. And that's not financial advice. You shouldn't go run out and sell all your XRP. I didn't do that, right? Ninja didn't do that. I built up my XRP position to double what I expected, or what my goal was in 2017. And then I sold half after it went up exponentially, and I diversified that into other holdings, right? And so, just as an example, this story is telling you how XRP went up 12%. XCN was up 23% that day, right? So this is why we need to be very careful about looking at the price of a token or a cryptocurrency or an NFT, whatever it is, and look at the use case and the market cap. Whenever anyone in my circle, my friend circle, investor circle, talks to me about the price, I always correct them. I say, don't ever tell me what the price is, you tell me what the market cap is. Because once you understand the dynamics of how important market cap is, you're now comparing that project and its market cap with its tokenomics compared to other projects in the same arena with similar tokenomics, okay? Especially because it's very important to know that in cryptocurrency, the tokenomics, i.e. how much is the total supply versus how much is in escrow and locked up, how much does the team hold, how much is there in the treasury and what's the treasury for, is incredibly, incredibly vital, okay? Please understand that. So when we're talking about XRP, and I've said this before, and this is what the point that no YouTuber is ever going to tell you, nobody in me is going to tell you. See, a lot of people, when I started investing in XRP, told me I was crazy. 2 cents, they didn't care. They thought it was nuts. It's a banker's coin. I said, yes, but that's why I'm buying it, because governments and banks will not do business with an anonymous group, right? They don't want to do that. You're never going to see banks doing business with Bitcoin, okay? You'll see them loaning against it and all that stuff because it's a digital type of gold. Copy. But they want a group of people that they could sue, threaten, all kinds of bad stuff, right? And you've seen that with Ripple, okay? They've sued, they've threatened, they've done all this stuff, and they're going to be doing business with them. That's how it works, right? It's part of the negotiation process. If you ever done business in New York, you probably know what I'm talking about. So this big number of how many tokens are out there for XRP, there's a day where the group at Ripple can just go, you know what? We're going to burn 10% of the excess. We're just going to burn it. And a lot of people, retail investors, couldn't even fathom why they do that. Well, it's very similar to share buybacks. You see, first off, when a company does share buybacks, it creates less shares out there. And if the company is making a profit, it makes those shares out there more profitable. And not only that, usually when they buy back, they tend to buy back specific types of shares and from specific types of people because of agreements they made a long time ago, okay? So cryptocurrency companies can do the exact same thing. Ripple can turn around and just go, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and just destroy a handful, a certain percentage of this. It's gonna be gone. And I believe actually that's gonna happen. Now, don't take that as gospel, but you may see it. Now, if you wanna learn about trading, today is the last day for the Crypto Trader 1.0 and 2.0 bundle. Links down below, it's $149. I think it's an amazing offer. And I'll tell you what, to make it even better, if you watch less than 50% of it within 14 days, you go, this isn't gonna change my life. This isn't gonna teach me everything I need to know about technicals, chart reading, all of that stuff, all the analysis you need to become a day trader, a swing trader, or a long-term hodler and just wanting to look at what price points do I enter at, I'll give you your money back. So 14 days, less than 50% of the course, and that's my promise to you. All right, with that being said, the Economic Ninja is out. I'm gonna go have some fun. Let's go take this thing on a sweet ride.